And a very good evening, everyone. Welcome once again to NSR Hire Ballpark for our continuing coverage of the 2026 Harcher State Baseball League Final Series. And tonight, it is do or die for the former champions, the Braves. Can they hang on to this series and force it into a Game 3 tomorrow night? Or will Perth create a special slice of history and make their first grand final since their title win 20 years ago? What a story that will be. But it is going to be one contest that is set to be one that's going to be on a tightrope from start to finish. Just like last night when we saw Morley and Wanneroo play an absolute thriller. We could see another one in prospect tonight. Welcome to Game 2 of this semi-final series between the Perth Baseball Club and the Braves. Paul Berzick's my name, and making her return, the First Lady of Friday nights of the Baseball State League, the wonderful Tori Newman with me tonight. G'day, Tori. What a game this one's set to be. Could be another classic.
I think this is going to be an exciting one for sure, and I don't want to call it too early, but I think this game could go to a 3-game series.
Well, it could possibly. You've gone for the Braves and you've gone for the early jump. They do have that capacity to bounce back from these defeats. They have been 1-0 down before in semi-final series, and they've got the lineup to do so. They almost pulled the game from under the noses of Perth on Wednesday night. Kevin Clark, his home run over left field, got the margin down to 1 in that first game in the second semi-final series, but that 3-run onslaught in the first innings pretty much made the difference in the end for Perth, because they had a safety cushion there, courtesy of Rutke, their starting pitcher, who's not in the starting lineup tonight. He's on the bench with Jai Hewitt taking up the starting duties. So interesting call made by Lee Moyle. He's obviously wanting to keep Evan Rutke fresh for Saturday if the series does go to a third and deciding game. But the Braves as well, they've got to have more drive from their top order, because that's where they struggled for most of the night. Matt Kennelly, Okamura, and then Tim and Sam Kennelly, Tory, they've got to be tasked with being the keys in the top order.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to start strong, finish strong. Hopefully they get a few more runs on the board than they did on the Tuesday night. But, see how it goes.
Well, it's a Game 2 situation where anything can happen. As you see, the Braves taking the field. They've got their light blue uniforms on tonight. They had the gold and blue in the first game Wednesday night. Perth sticking with their blue and red, predominantly dark blue, in this second game. And there you see Tim Kennelly. What a legend of baseball in this country. He retired from international and Perth Heat duties this season. Could we be seeing him for the last time in this level, Tory? Let's hope that we don't.
I don't think so. I hope he hangs around at State League for a little bit longer. If not as a player, then at least as a coach. I think he's got a lot to give still to this sport.
He's an ornament to the game, particularly in this state, and he wants to keep his career going for one more game at least if he does hang up the glove at the end of this season. Let's take you through the rest of the Braves starting lineup as they take on Perth, who are leading 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. Tucker Smith on the mound tonight. Daniel Choi starting catcher. At first base, Kevin Clark, who hit that big home run on Wednesday night. Sam Kennelly at second. At third is Jake Bowie. At shortstop is Yuto Okamura. And then the outfielders, Joel Beaches at 7. At centre, Tim Kennelly, left field rather. Tim Kennelly is at centre. And at right field is Ben Drew. First due for the Perth side, the McGee boys, Jalen First and Josh McGee. And then Dylan Bajarski, who's also a powerful hitter as well, had a phenomenal regular season with a 410 average. That top order as well is going to be important. But what the Braves and Perth do not want to do is have it evolve into a pitcher's duel. You can sense that it's going to be a hitter's game in this one, as we see Jalen McGee is going to lead this one off for Perth. He's facing Tucker Smith. It's win or nothing for the Braves, while for Perth, it's a shot at history. The second semi-final, Game 2 underway, and we start with a strike. Down the middle from Tucker Smith. He's on the bench to start on Wednesday night, but he's been given the role to start on the mound as he sees a foul behind home plate on the 0-1. We have an 0-2. Tucker Smith as McGee fouls that one to the Braves dugout. He's had 64 strikeouts this season. And him as the starter Well, this is only the 7th game that he's started out of 10 so far this season. The 0-2. He gets a ground up. That's going to fall fair along the third baseline. And I don't know why Jake Bowie at third stopped and let that one go, because it was rolling straight at him, and that has allowed Jalen McGee to pick up a single.
I wonder if he was hoping it would roll foul. There's kind of no reason to sit there and watch it, but each to their own.
Well, it wasn't a foul ball, but Bowie did fall foul of the direction of the ball. So from one McGee to another, it's Josh McGee, the left-hander. Now Josh McGee, 4 at-bat, 1 run, 1 hit and a strikeout on Wednesday night in that 4-3 win. He's got a runner on base now, top of the first. He's got a little added motivation, not with the story behind his side heading into this game, but also his own form. Facing Smith. Aims to the sacrifice bunt. It goes up toward the third baseline. Taken by Choi. Throw to first is close. It's out. That was going to be a tough play to make, but it worked as intended for Perth as they were able to advance Jalen McGee to second. And Tori, a play like that, when you're going for a sacrifice bunt, always the best situation is when you've got no outs in the shed, sacrifice bunt, advance your runs.
Absolutely.
Now Bojarski. What a game he had on Wednesday night. Strong hitter at the opposite field too. That's his strongest spot. He's facing Smith. Swing and a miss. Well, it hit the top of the bat, but that nick was so soft. Felt like that he had missed that one completely. And from where we are in the commentary box between third base and home plate, certainly feel that wasn't the case. 0-1. Grounded up towards the third baseline. It gets through the infield. McGee's getting the go-ahead to head home, and he's going to score! No, he's not! The throw is good enough for Choi, and says, no home run for you. Great throw there by Joel Beaches at left. McGee took it on and lost the battle. And in the midst of that play, Bojarski also got a single. There's a runner on first with 2 down. And it's going to be Spencer Sarinya, who's Perth's starting catcher tonight. There's some great playmaking here by the Braves, sees them with 2 outs. Perth got 2 hits as well. Sarinya facing with a runner on first. Tucker Smith. So far a perfect ratio. He turns his attention to first. Pick off for Bojarski, but Bojarski safe by 2 country miles in that one. Spencer Sarinya. Takes a called strike. I want to hear from you as well, those that are watching on the Baseball WA Facebook and YouTube streams. Let us know what you think of the game that's coming up, and also give us your opinion as to who's going to win tonight. Of course, one of these teams will join Morley, Tory, in the grand final series after Morley won an absolute thriller last night, coming from 6-0 down. They scored 4 more in the final inning to win 11-7. Wanneroo did get one back at the bottom of the 9th, but it wasn't enough. As we see the 2-2, swinging a drive down the opposite field. Sarinya is going to clear. Extra bases are coming up. Bojarski, he's going to go home, and he slides in and scores. First blood to Perth.
And a triple by Saringer, absolutely sensational, right into the right field pocket, and he wasn't stopping. He was going for third the whole time.
He certainly was. He was perfectly placed as well. Deep enough into that pocket at right field. Sarinya and his team are elated. Perth are on the board first. Off an RBI triple by Spencer Sarinya. Certainly a welcome sight for Perth. Him in great form. Averaged 460 during the home and away season. And He's certainly going to boost that average with that hit. Ben Nesbitt is next. 1-0. He's facing Tucker Smith. Drops one low again. A couple of low ones to start. That's his first pitch that's not ruled a strike. On the ratio, he's 11 for 10. Swing by Nesbitt and a foul into the stands. And just to note, all that are watching the Grand Final Series, Game 1 is on March 25th, so that's a Wednesday night. March 27 is the second game, and if necessary, it'll be Saturday, March 28th, the final night of the season and the championship decider. And all those games will have a 7 o'clock start. Morley are already there, having won it in 2 games. Just who's going to join them? If Perth win, it'll be them. But if the Braves win tonight, we're going to have an encore on Saturday night to decide what's been a great series so far. John Vavona's tuning in as well, the Vavona family. Great family in State League Baseball. Good to hear from you, John Vavona. There's Giordano in that starting lineup as that one again drops low from Smith and a ball. Missed our pre-game just before 7 o'clock. Giordano Vavona in the starting lineup. He is Perth's designated hitter. The 3-2. Got him swinging. Tucker cleans out. But it is Perth that hold the early advantage. They lead 1-0.
I'm Jess Fitzgerald and I'm the Competition and Member Services Manager here at Baseball WA, and I run the food and beverage as well for the State League games that are run at the ballpark. So during the day there's some schools out here, so Darling Range, Aquinas, and then we run all of our programs and development, high performance program out here. So definitely one of the benefits of having Harcher involved is that we're quite a small team here at Baseball WA, and prior to the relationship we weren't offering food and beverage here at the ballpark. We didn't have anyone that was available to run around and do like ordering or anything like that. So it's been great that we've been able to find someone local, WA company that we can deal with, and then we can offer, you know, food and beverage to everyone here that comes out to the ballpark, because before they had to bring their own everything. So one of the things I love here is like, you know, the chips, the nachos, burgers, hot dogs. That's, you know, hot dogs is just ingrained in baseball. Yeah, so some of the main advantages of working with Harcher have been the flexibility of the delivery. So they're happy to deliver at a time that's convenient to us, and we've also got a direct contact for our ordering too. So we've been dealing with Adam directly, and he's been great. I would recommend Harcher to anyone looking for a local supplier, and then they're willing to jump on and help sponsor their club or, you know, their association, whatever they're doing, and just help grow their sports in Western Australia.
Great to have you with us at NSR Hire Ballpark. This is game 2 of the second semi-final series. Perth and the Braves doing battle. Perth leading 1-0 off the back of an RBI triple from Spencer Serigna. That sent Borjarski home and got the opening run, the go-ahead run for tonight. And the Braves at the plate for the first time, and at the top of the order is the designated hitter Matt Kennelly, as he's facing Jai Hewitt, who starts with a strike inside corner. Perth's starting lineup: Hewitt as starting pitcher, Serigna as catcher, Borjarski is at first base, and we see Jalen McGee at second, Josh McGee's at third, Ben Nesbitt is at shortstop, Austin Moyle is at left field as Hewitt throws one wide, the bottom right, ball one. Moyle at left field, Kane Newham at centre field, and Riley Oliphant is at right field with Giordano Vavona, as mentioned, designated hitter. Jod Hewitt used as a relief pitcher on Wednesday night. He's now given the task of starting this one. Fly ball from Kennelly. It's going down to second. He's deciding to give Nesbitt at shortstop a chance to make it, and he does. Good communication by the Perth side. And we see a couple of the Morley players that are here tonight as well. See a couple of them wearing the Morley insignia. And no doubt they're watching this one with great intent too, Tori, because they want to find out who their opponents are going to be. If Perth win, of course, they'll be the ones that will join them in the grand final series. Left-handed Yuto Okamura is next up. Had a bit of a mixed night on Wednesday at the plate. No doubt searching for that consistency that's become his trademark this season. After that 1-0 pitch, home plate umpire just giving a replacement ball for Hewitt. Not an uncommon practice. Will make the contest fair between pitcher and batter. Once again as well, Tori, as we've mentioned in all the finals so far, a huge congratulations to the umpires selected for tonight's game. Finals match is always a big opportunity for those umpires that are standing out there in the middle. 1-1. Swung on a wide sinker there. 1-2. Hewitt's really just starting to get inside Okamura's head now. Swinging a foul up into the stands and over the media boxes. Down here at NSR Higher Ballpark. Hitting the 1-2. Ground ball out towards first. Well taken by Bajarski and tags the plate. And that's 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. What's so good this season about Perth, Tori, is not only the depth in their batting order, but they just look incredibly sharp in the field. And that's what they were in the 8 innings, the first 8 innings we saw in that game on Wednesday night. They made some great plays. They rarely made an error. They rarely made an error. Obviously, every team makes 1 or 2, but they rarely made one.
Absolutely, and you know, they're a really tight-knit team as well. A lot of brothers in the side, and I think if they were going to make a grand final, this year would be their year. I think they've just, you know, in comparison to the past 20 years, they've made some great improvements to their squad.
They certainly have, as a foul that's out toward third. But now you make a good point there, Tori, about, you know, sort of like the family clubby image when you're looking at it, you know, with the band of brothers that are there. It does create that family atmosphere, doesn't it? Whether it be semi-professional or, you know, national level sports. You know, it does create the family vibe around a club. Swing and a miss on the 1-1. Tim Kennelly, who's next up. He's got his team to great success over the years, championships, and his career as well, from an individual point of view. 1-2. Foul into the stands. And let's hope that tonight is not his last game. And he still looks as fit as a fiddle after all these years.
He definitely does.
I was watching him warm up. He is absolutely shredded. Fit as a fiddle. He's got a great standard of fitness and discipline. And his teammates certainly follow that to a great extent. 2-2. Even count, 2 outs. We want to clean it out with a 3 up, 3 down. Low sinker there. Half volley trapped there by Sarinya. Full count. In it comes. That's low. Kennelly, start walking. Base on balls for Tim Kennelly. And the Braves will have their first runner on base in this game. And you talk about the band of brothers. The Braves certainly fit in that category as well, with 3 Kennelly boys in there.
Well, 4 if you count the coach.
Yeah, 4 for, of course, Josh Kennelly. The Kennelly quartet. Yeah, I say the most famous quartet since the Danahers at Essendon. Sam goes big out towards right centre field, but not big enough. Newham takes a great catch to end the innings. We've completed 1, and it's Perth leading 1-0.
My name's Greg Elliott. I'm the president of the Wanneroo Giants Baseball Club. I've been around the club for 30-something years now. I've been the president for 5 years and involved in the committee, I guess, for 15 years. The Wanneroo Giants have had quite a long relationship with Harcher now, through the general manager of Harcher being a part of the baseball club. We've set up quite a good relationship in regards to buying all our products for our canteen and our cleaning products over a number of years now. Harcher are a major sponsor of the baseball club. They help us out in regards to everything we order with our sponsorship. Sponsorship to any sporting club is a major part of a club, and Harcher being a major sponsor for us really helps us in the community. Harcher makes our lives a lot easier, not having to chase around products through the supermarkets. It's all delivered on time and we get exactly what we order when we need it. I'd recommend Harcher to any sporting or community club. As a company, they help us out with everything we need. Everything is here on time and we get exactly what we order.
Top of the second here at NSR Hire Ballpark. Game 2 of the second semi-final series. Paul Persick and Tori Newman bringing you all the action on this Friday night. It's gotten a lot cooler than some of the nights we have been here this week at NSR Hire Ballpark. Got up to 35 degrees today. We're going to go down to 23 by the end of the game. Currently at the moment, it's rather pleasant, slightly warm 28. Austin Moyle leading it off for Perth at the top of the second. Can he conjure up tonight against Tucker Smith? Flat fastball just going low there. Ben Crook of the Morley Eagles watching this game from the ballpark tonight. And we said earlier that a couple of the Eagles players have made their way here to feast their eyes on, you know, it's a 50-50 outcome, what could be their grand final opponents if Perth win tonight. Swing and a miss, strike one. Fly ball out toward right. Drew gets to it well. Great catch by Ben Drew at right field. That's one down. So Moyle back to the dugout and now returning for the starting side, missing on Wednesday. Giordano Vavona, 210 average this season, 8 RBI, 14 runs, and 2 doubles. He's almost played all the games this season. He's played 25 of them up to this point. Tucker Smith starting out a bit loose there. Pitched 2 straight balls against Austin Moyle before that fly out. The same thing with Vavona now. He goes high and fast and forcing a swing out of Vavona, who wants to go all-out attack as the designated hitter. He's been placed in that 7th spot in the order. Still due up after this one is Newham and Oliphant. 2-1. And forced a complete checker out of Vavona. Didn't cross halfway. 3-1. Pop fly down towards centre. It's going to fall short of Kennelly, and Vavona will get himself a single. And that's the 4th clean hit for the Perth side. They've out-hit the Braves so far, Tori, 4-0.
Absolutely, which is surprising. I didn't anticipate Smith being so easy to hit off so early.
You're exactly right. And considering how tight it was on Wednesday as well, it was 9-8 in the hit column on Wednesday. Kane Newham is next. Big swing from Kane, but foul behind the plate, right out of there. Newham hitting at 290 in the regular season. He has a swing and a drive down towards right. It's going to fall short of Drew. And so 2 base hits in succession for Perth. They are on song in this second game of the second semi-final series. They've got hits out of Vavona and Newham at the bottom of the order. Can Riley Oliphant follow up? They've got a bit of a safety blanket in the fact that there's only 1 out. And Smith, surprisingly, proving to be easy to hit off, as you said, Tori, in the early stages of this game. Fly ball is in towards the backfield there, just behind our commentary box. 0-1. Bit high there to the top left corner. Even count at 1-1. 5-0 on the hit column. Most telling statistics so far in this game. And it was 9-8 on Wednesday. Low and flat this time from Smith. He's trying everything at the moment. The ratio was blown out to 31-21 when at one stage it was 11-10 in the previous inning. Considering in the regular season he had an ERA of 2.3. Swinging a drive from Oliphant down to centre. Great catch by Kennelly. Vavona's opting to tag from second to third, and he gets there. And now Perth also have 2 runners on base. Newham opted not to tag from first to second. And a sacrifice fly there for Oliphant allows Vavona to advance. Early alarm bells, isn't it, Tori, for the Braves, because they've got 2 runners on base at the top of the second, and they've been out hit 5-0.
Absolutely, and you know, Tucker Smith has had a great season, but if the Braves had been sending someone to the bullpen pretty quickly, I think hits are getting on the board too easily.
No, you're absolutely right. They do have strong depth in their bench as well, if that is to get to the point where they do need someone from the bullpen this early, as Jalen McGee back at the top of the order fouls this one to the opposite field. They do have Todd Hatcher, their best pitcher, on the bench, and they could send him to the bullpen as well. But I'd say Perth has the advantage on that because they've got more replacement pitchers. The Braves, dare I say, only have 1. McGee, throw to second. They need to go home, but the throw is over the top. Vavona scores. Newham will get to extra bases, and Perth double their advantage. They lead 2-0.
It just blows my mind. I really didn't think Choi would try and pick off the runner at second when there's a runner in scoring position. I think that throw was always going to go over, and it's really on the Braves catcher that run scored.
No, you're right on the money there. The onus had to fall on someone during that play. And you can't be taking those risky plays, especially this early in the game, and even if you've got a run against you.
Absolutely. I think he should have held on to that one and let Newham steal second base.
Because it's still even a good chance that a double play could have occurred. Jalen McGee is facing the 1-2. Smith wants to send the third base runner stranded in Newham. He's getting a lead off. Inches outside the zone. Gee, it looked close. Thought for a moment that Smith had that third strike. The 2-2. He's got him. Or is it? No, he hasn't. Called a foul in the end. We'll repeat the 2-2. High drive down to right. It's going back toward the wall. Newham scores the third, and there'll be extra bases for Perth. Jalen McGee, he's got 2 for 2 at the plate, and Perth are on fire. So he got a single in his first at-bat, did Jalen McGee, and now he's got a double. He's got half the cycle.
Absolutely. You know, that was a great hit by him, and, you know, Newham just skipped back into the dugout. It was quite cute.
He's happy about it, and rightfully so. His own little celebration, which is great to see. Now Josh McGee, can he follow up Jalen's efforts? Fly ball down to left, going back to the wall is Beaches, and an excellent catch with the one hand. And that's the end of the innings, and that'll be to the Braves' relief because Perth have extended their advantage 3-0.
Hey, Dad. Can I have some?
No, love.
Good call, Dad.
It's easier to say no when we all say no.
As the lone bird hangs off the pole, it's great to see you all here at NSR Hire Ballpark, watching on the Baseball WA Facebook and YouTube channel. And good thing that the bird there is keeping it very cool amidst the warm days that we've had here. The Braves under pressure at the bottom of the second. They trail 3-0. Jake Bowie is leading it off. And can they pull off the sweet escape to keep the series alive? They need to win. There to force it into a final encore on Saturday to decide it. But Perth, that early wave of momentum is headed their way. Not just some very good pitching by Hewitt, but their batting lineup has been getting consistent drive as Bowie fouls. I want to ask you, Tori, as well. Obviously, you haven't been here for the entirety of the finals, with the exception of tonight and Friday night. What have you made of the final series so far as Bowie grounds it past Bajarski and McGee, and Bowie gets a valuable single?
Yeah, to answer your question, Paul, I think they've all been really great games, which, you know, is really good. You never really want to walk into a game and know, like, oh, this team's going to win by 10 runs and it'll be over by the 7th innings and we'll go home. I think they've all been really good games where you don't really know what's going to happen. You know, you see some really great pitching, really great hitting, and yeah, it's been awesome.
Good all-round baseball, isn't it? You know,
Absolutely.
in a final where, you know, the stakes are high, truly the best 5 teams in the competition, and they're playing those close games, really is good for the competition. And of course, the viewing numbers here, and also on the Facebook WA Baseball WA Facebook and YouTube pages, the numbers reflect on how exciting the final series has been. 1-1 is the count now for Ben Drew. Ben Drew, 230 hitting average this season, as Hewitt now puts him back in the proverbial with strike 2. No outs in the shed as of yet. 1-2 with a runner on first. Low line drive to left, and Moyle makes the catch. Austin Moyle making an easy catch there. Didn't have to take too many steps to get to it. He was in great position and cracks a grin with that one as well. Now Kevin Clark is back at the plate. He brought the Braves back into the contest in the ninth on Wednesday with a home run from nowhere over left field. They were telling me he hit a lot of home runs in his young days when he was playing in the junior competitions. But in the main competitions, they came few and far between, Tory. But he pulled a rabbit out of the hat to nearly snatch the game for the Braves on Wednesday.
Sometimes it takes a hero in the final series to do what you need to do for your team.
Here we go. Double play forthcoming. And Perth are making everything happen in this second game. We've completed 2. A double play sees Perth keep the 3-0 lead.
My name's Derek Bird and I'm the Group General Manager for Harcher. Baseball WA and Harcher, that relationship began with myself being a baseballer and being very much a club person. My kids are club people, and they were just relationships that have been fostered over the last decade or so, and the opportunity arose to get involved with Baseball WA at a higher level, and we're using that as a vehicle to work back into the community through Clubland. So sponsorship is important to Harcher because of the staff we employ and the roles that they play in their own communities. We feel that this is a way that we can connect back with not only our staff but with our customers. Volunteer sports are generally run on the breadline, and they need support and they need some additional resource for them to be viable and for them to be successful, and we feel that we can play that role not only from a sponsorship point of view, but also a supply product point of view. The sporting club route is a really beneficial route for our business because we can touch so many parts of the role that they play. Most of their revenue is generated through the canteen and the bar and the kitchen. These sporting clubs are volunteer organisations. They need a little bit of help, and we can provide that.
Great to be with you here at NSR Hire Ballpark. Hope you're enjoying this Friday night. Hope you're keeping yourself nice and cool too, with warm days we have had here in the west. But semi-final action also running hot as Dylan Bujarski leads off facing Tucker Smith. And Tucker Smith really wants to take back control of the battle he's facing with the top order as he gets Bujarski to swing on the 1-0, strike one. Dylan Bujarski 1 for 1, got a single in his last at bat, and he's been in great form in this final series. And one of the more consistent top order batters at Perth this season. Talking about his average, phenomenal, 410.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Paul, I think he's been in great form all season. I think he's, following in his elder brother's footsteps a little bit there.
Fly ball out to centre field. Easy catch there by Tim Kennelly. And that's 1 up, 1 down for Perth. Unable to emulate his efforts at the first at-bat. Now they've got Spencer Sarinya up next. And it was a great hit by him down in that right field pocket to earn himself a triple and send Bujarski home to open the scoring for Perth. And one thing we've picked up on here is, how the check swings, the half swings are interpreted by the home plate umpires. We've seen a couple that have not crossed the plate at halfway and have been ruled strikes, but also some that have crossed halfway and not be deemed strikes. There's always a bit of 50-50 on that when you're looking at, how the batters lunge for on those low pitches to try and get a hit. Sarinya gets contact there. It goes to shortstop. Okamura. Throw falls short at Clark at first. And a single for Spencer Sarinya. 2 for 2, Spencer Sarinya. He's having a good night. And it makes it 6-1 on the hit column. Tucker Smith, I can imagine Tori is thinking, what do I do now?
Well, I wasn't even sure that Sarinya would make it to first, but he is lightning quick. A little bit of a bleeder to shortstop, but he made it and got himself a pass ball follow. So, yeah, spectacular by him, really. And hopefully Tucker Smith can rein it in a little bit.
Grounder out towards Okamura again, but Bowie was in front position. And Nesbitt is grounded there from first. That's 2 down. And Nesbitt 0 for 2 now. Austin Moyle is next. Austin Moyle fly out in his first at bat. Inside corner, just sinking low. I don't know the count. Sarinya at second. With Perth leading 3-0. If you've logged in for the first time, I hope you've enjoyed our live coverage so far this week. Swinging a drive to left centre. It's going to go over the head of Kennelly toward the wall, and Sarinya will cross home and make it 4-0. What an onslaught by Perth. 4-0. They've out-hit the Braves so far, 8-1. They're playing like they really want a spot in the grand final.
They really want a spot in the grand final, and they've made plans for tomorrow night. They're not going to be at the baseball park.
Well, they're certainly looking that way as a timeout has been called by Coach Kennelly. These hits have come pretty easy when you're looking at it. You know, Smith has been in great form in the regular season, but, you know, this game tonight certainly has been out of sorts, if we were to put it fairly, when assessing the game so far.
It's not the Braves we've seen in previous years, that's for sure.
Oh, you're exactly right. You know, they never give up hits that easy in this competition. It's really taken everybody by surprise, but, you know, take nothing away from Perth so far. They have been tremendous all night so far. In a game where a shot at history could head their way. Vavona is next with a runner on second. Moyle with an RBI double in that first. Paul Persick and Tori Newman bringing you all the action in game 2 of the second semi-final series. The winner of the series will play Morley. Morley playing for a bit of history themselves, with the possibility, Tori, of back-to-back State League championships. We saw the Braves go back-to-back in 22-23 and 23-24. Morley winning it last season, and they'll aim to go back-to-back as well. Vavona fouls that one behind the stand.
Can Morley go back-to-back without Alex Hall, though?
Well, they have won without Hall before, so there is the possibility, but don't count your chickens before they hatch. Anything can happen in a grand final, and it usually does. Well, 6 of the last 7, I believe, have gone to... We've been won in a second game. Ground it to Bowie, but that was a foul. So yeah, 6 of the last 7 have been decided in 2 games. So that might serve as a bit of an omen. Anything can happen in the grand final. Anything's possible. And that's what makes these games so exciting. And as we've seen in the last week of finals, anything's possible. Vavona facing the 1 and 2 from Smith. Ratio's blown out 53 for 36. Another low one, so that evens up the count. Swing and a miss. Smith back in the groove as he gets his second strikeout. But Perth are on song. They lead 4-0.
I'm Jess Fitzgerald and I'm the Competition and Member Services Manager here at Baseball WA, and I run the food and beverage as well for the State League games that are run at the ballpark. So during the day there's some schools out here, so Darling Range, Aquinas, and then we run all of our programs and development, high performance program out here. So definitely one of the benefits of having Harcher involved is that we're quite a small team here at Baseball WA, and prior to the relationship we weren't offering food and beverage here at the ballpark. We didn't have anyone that was available to run around and do like ordering or anything like that. So it's been great that we've been able to find someone local, WA company that we can deal with, and then we can offer, you know, food and beverage to everyone here that comes out to the ballpark, because before they had to bring their own everything. So one of the things I love here is like, you know, the chips, the nachos, burgers, hot dogs. That's, you know, hot dogs is just ingrained in baseball. Yeah, so some of the main advantages of working with Harcher have been the flexibility of the delivery. So they're happy to deliver at a time that's convenient to us, and we've also got a direct contact for our ordering too. So we've been dealing with Adam directly, and he's been great. I would recommend Harcher to anyone looking for a local supplier and then they're willing to jump on and help sponsor their club or, you know, their association, whatever they're doing, and just help grow their sports in Western Australia.
Bottom of the third here at NSR Hire Ballpark. Joel Beaches leads things off. This crucial time in the game now for the Braves. They trail 4-0. Perth being on song, and they're singing a very good song at the moment. 1-0. Hewitt continues on the mound. And Beaches copped one right on the arm there, and that'll be an instant walk. Certainly not a good feeling, you know, Tori, if you're in one's shoes and you get hit by one on the shoulder or in the back. It does not feel good initially.
No, but give it a rub and she'll be right.
Absolutely. You get on with business. Daniel Choi starting catcher next up, and he takes a called strike from the first pitch from Hewitt. Now Hewitt hasn't got any strikeouts, but he's being very tight from the mound. He's been pitching some straight fastballs. He's got good length. And he's now on a 29 for 20 pitches to strikes ratio. So he's winning the pitcher's battle at the moment. It's going to be all about maintaining it for the rest of this game. Swung on a high. Strike. We talked about the check swing there earlier. Choi, say, got it just over the half point of that plate. The home plate umpire right on the spot. 0-2. High to the outside this time. One and two. Fly ball out to right centre. Oliphant and Newham call for it. Newham was in better position. Makes an easy catch. Good communication once again by Perth. They're switched on out in the field this evening. And the plays that they're making, plenty to show in this game. We see Matt Kennelly back at the top of the order for his second at-bat. Had a ground out at the start. Hewitt already turning his attention to Joel Beaches at first, who got that walk after being hit on the shoulder. Foul ball, liner up the third base area. 0-1. Leadoff comes from first. Swinging a drive from Kennelly. Newnham's going back toward the wall. It bounces off the wall. Beaches is getting the go-ahead for more bases. Throw comes to second. Goes past, and Kennelly will get extra bases as a result. But Kennelly's got a double. Beaches advancing up to third. Timely hit there for the Braves, Tory. They needed something like that just to get back in the right krill in this game.
Certainly a well-timed hit by Matt Kennelly, and hopefully being at the top of the lineup, the rest of the big four can follow up in his stead.
They'll certainly need to, especially this man, Okamura. I don't know. Lets that one go by. Not ruled a drop strike because it was in outside the zone. 2 runners on base. Certainly love to get back into this one, the Braves. Right down the middle this time from Hewitt. So 2 1/3 inning, Hewitt has only surrendered 2 hits, but no strikeouts, but he's been very tight. As mentioned before, the ratio very good in comparison to Tucker Smith at this stage in the game. People still filing into the stands as well. It's magnificent. Great atmosphere for this second game of the second semi-final series, and we see looks like the Perth coach is having a chat with the home plate umpire. It's actually the Braves. Whoa! What's happened here? Okamura's gone. Okamura's been taken out of the game. Okamura's been taken out of the game. Wow, what a sensation. If that isn't a shock, I don't know what is.
Crazy.
Well, you might have seen there was a bit of chatter with the home plate umpire. And he might not have liked something that might have been said, and Okamura's been thrown out. We've seen coaches get ejected, but not players. This is a rarity.
Not a great time to get ejected.
No, not at all. And that means Lenny Golding is now stepping up in Okamura's place. There was that early pinch hitter, earlier than expected. Foul ball. Certainly something you don't need in a final as well. It's the worst time to have something like that happen. Okamura might have seen there, completely frustrated, tossing the bat and helmet in the process. There's going to be a lot of talk about that in the coming days.
Absolutely.
One and two. Swung and gone. So Hewitt finally breaks the strikeout bogey. And now with 2 2/3 inning, 1 strikeout, still the 2 hits he surrendered. And now this will bring up the living legend, Tim Kennelly. For his second at bat, he got a walk. His first. Now they need his impact more than anything. Long drive down to the bullpen and a foul. Oh and 1. Tim Kennelly. He lives for these occasions. Over 20 years. One of the greatest ever grace the diamond. Whether it be State League here in WA, for the Perth Heat, or for the Braves, or for Team Australia. You saw him in the World Baseball Classic, Australia. One of their best performances as he skies a fly ball down towards the left field area. It's going to carry to Nesbitt. He makes the catch at shortstop. Perth able to maintain the 4-0 lead and leave 2 runners stranded as we head to the 4th after this.
Dad. Can I have some?
No, love. Good call, Dad.
It's easier to say no when we all say no.
And you're back with us here at NSR Higher Ballpark. Still trying to catch our breath of the events of the last inning. Paul Persick and Tori Newman bringing you all the action on this Friday night. It's Perth leading 4-0. We head to the fourth with Kane Newham leading things off. Newham got a single in his last at-bat. Newham an average of 290 in the regular season. 1-0 on the start. This game 2 of the second semi-final series. Newham with a sky up. Choi wants it. And he gets it. Great catch. Dan Choi had to go up against the glare of the lights. It's always a bit of a difficult challenge here at NSR Higher Ballpark, but Choi, unfazed, makes a brilliant catch. Catch in foul ball territory. Newham now 1 for 2. As this brings up Riley Oliphant at the bottom of the order. Tempted to bunt. Maybe not the best tactic to go for when you're 1 down. It does risk a ground out and having to get out of trouble at 2 outs down.
But when you're 4 points up and you've got a runner as fast as Riley, you may as well give it a go and try and get runners on base for the top of the order to bring in.
Well, that's a good point that you make. You do want to take risks at the right time. You want to go for broke, and you've got that gap to play with. At times you just want to play sensible. Now to counter that, sometimes you've got to be sensible and show common sense. 2-0. It's good to see the crowd out here tonight. Great atmosphere here at NSR Higher Ballpark, showing their support for the respective teams. Smith again just putting one to the inside there. Tried to curve that one from right to left. Not getting enough on it. This time Smith gets it down the middle. A bit of a cheer there from the crowd. Three and 1. Gets another. It appears that every strike the Braves get, there's a Braves portion of the crowd that lets out a little cheer. We love hearing that passion out in the stands. 3-2. He's got him. That's 2 up, 2 down. Tucker Smith was out of tune early in the game. Now he's starting to hit the right notes. But now they've got Jalen McGee, who's been the barometer of the Perth batting lineup in this match. Sees one low there, but lets that one go by. Good anticipation. Fly ball out to right. Swinging away from the foul line, but going to foul territory is Ben Drew at the fence, but couldn't get there. Tough chance there when the ball's heading over the fence, and it's either going to be you or the fence that wins out. We did have a player take a tumble over the fence, Matt Dixon from Morley in the game last night.
Gave his poor pregnant wife a bit of a scare there.
Yeah, absolutely. I reckon how close the game was the tightness of the game maybe wasn't much good either, especially when it was on a knife edge and everyone was screaming and cheering. Exceptional. McGee again flies one into foul territory and again to the bullpen at right field. So McGee facing the 1 and 2. They've got 2 down. Ball 2 even count. So pressure on McGee to try and, again, give the Perth scoring drive a bit of a kick as they had in the first 2 innings. Ground ball out towards shortstop. Golding, throw to first, and it went past. Clark's missed another, and that has allowed a single to be scored for Jalen McGee. And now he's 3 for 3. So now the McGees in tandem. One McGee goes out, another McGee goes in to the batting box, just like sliding doors. Josh McGee, 0 for 2, in contrast to Jalen. Grounded out towards shortstop. Golding has the choice to go to first, and it's happened again! He had a runner at second base directly going at him, and another single going to Perth.
Oh, error after error. It's not looking good for Braves. I have no idea why Golding didn't pick the easy flip throw at second base and instead chose to go for the longer distance throw, and it didn't get there.
Why, oh why, is the only question many would be asking. It has not gone right for the former champions tonight. But now Dylan Bajarski with 2 runners on base all of a sudden. It looked like being a 3 up, 3 down. Tucker Smith was pitching well. Unfortunately, his infielders have been letting him down. Almost inside the zone there, which is inches out. Fly ball out towards right field. It's a skyer. Can Drew make it? He can. Great catch, Ben Drew, and that'll be a relief for the Braves after several missed chances. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, it's Perth still leading 4-0.
My name's Greg Elliott. I'm the president of the Wanneroo Giants Baseball Club. I've been around the club for 30-something years now. I've been the president for 5 years and involved in the committee, I guess, for 15 years. The Wanneroo Giants have had quite a long relationship with Harcher now. Through the general manager of Harcher being a part of the baseball club, set up quite a good relationship in regards to buying all our products for our canteen and our cleaning products over a number of years now. Harcher are a major sponsor of the baseball club. They help us out in regards to everything we order with our sponsorship. Sponsorship to any sporting club is a major part of a club, and Harcher being a major sponsor for us really helps us in the community. Harcher makes our lives a lot easier, not having to chase around products through the supermarkets. It's all delivered on time and we get exactly what we order when we need it. I'd recommend Harcher to any sporting or community club. As a company, they help us out with everything we need. Everything is here on time and we get exactly what we order.
Welcome back to NSR Higher Ballpark. We're at the bottom of the fourth in Game 2 of this semi-final series as Hewitt gets a high one there against Sam Kennelly. Does well to just pull himself out of the batter's box. Just to the outside there. 2-0. Goes high again, does Hewitt. He's trying to get Kennelly to swing on a high fastball there, but it's not working. Kennelly is seeing him well. He's got a sharp eye at the plate. Certainly need to get things going on the Braves scoreboard. Keep his side in the game. That's 4. So he'll get the walk to first, will Sam Kennelly. And the next due is Bowie and then Drew, Clark and Beaches. Time has been called. As you see there, Lee Moyle for the Perth side, going over to chat with Jai Hewitt along with Spencer Serignard, starting catcher, and having a bit of a discussion. Hewitt starting to feel it a little bit here, not getting into the groove as he did earlier. He hasn't had a lot of luck as far as strikes are concerned. There you see. Good to see the coach and teammates just giving him a pat on the back, a little bit of encouragement. We're getting a lot of talk on the Baseball WA Facebook stream. What was behind Okamura getting chucked, asked Michael Lowry. Well, there was a bit of back chat going on, and I'm afraid to say Okamura said something that the home plate umpire did not like, and that's, I'm afraid, was what got him chucked out of the game. Obviously, you see in AFL, there's umpire dissent and all that sort of stuff. I'm afraid there was a little bit there, and that's resulted in him getting chucked out of the game. But thanks for your question nonetheless. And we welcome all to ask on the Baseball WA Facebook and YouTube live streams throughout tonight's match. 1-0 for Jake Bowie. He's got a runner on first. That's Sam Kennelly, and Hewitt 2-0. This time he's able to get one inside. Two and 1. Make that 2-2. Had Bowie in two minds. Two, telling pitch this one. Half volley, that last one. That's ball 3. Full count for Bowie, 3-2. 1 for 1. Had a single in his first at bat. Flyer down to third baseline. Foul into the grassed bleachers. Grounded towards second base. McGee gets one. Throw to first. Safe at first. Bowie escaping the double play. But they do get that leading runner towards second, short of his ground.
Unfortunate for Bojarski there. It looks like he kind of slipped in the dirt and didn't quite have his foot on the plate there.
I don't know now, just going a little low to Ben Drew, who had a fly out in his first at bat. One down. Braves still have a runner on first. They're still feeling the pressure, knowing that they've got to win this game to keep the series alive and force it into a third and deciding game tomorrow night. Perth, they are superior at this stage, leading at 4-0 at the bottom of the fourth. Of course, a win for them will mean their first grand final spot in 20 years since their championship win in 2006. Swinging a drive from Ben Drew. It's going back toward the wall. It's gone! What a crushing hit by Ben Drew, a 2-run homer, and they cut the deficit in half. Talk about a timely home run, Ben Drew. He's got his team back into the game. It's a 4-2 score at the bottom of the fourth. What about it, Tori? If you need a moment like that to spark your team back, it was that home run from Drew.
It absolutely was. It was really well hit, well placed, well timed, all the rest. Well done to Drew for that one. That was sensational.
4-2 score now, and this game is turned on its head. Speaking of home runs, Kevin Clark, can he repeat the heroic feat that he achieved on Wednesday night? Got his side back into it with a late home run, ironically, over the same area, left field.
It was too.
It was well placed toward that left field pocket next to the foul pole. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Good job.
Well wide, Hewitt. Ball three. 2 down. Got him swinging. So Jai Hewitt gets one back. Took off some pace on that last pitch, and it got Clark swinging maybe a little prematurely. And he's sent back to the dugout. Joel Beaches is next. Foul ball behind home plate. This time Hewitt goes a bit high. Hewitt, if he can leave all bases empty and keep the lead, it'll be a huge relief. Grounded over third base. Goes towards left, and Beaches will get a base hit for the Braves. This is a great comeback here by the former champions. They've batted in 2, they're back in the contest, and they keep the drive going.
It seems that Drew's home run might have actually lit a bit of fire in the Braves.
Certainly has. Now 4-0 down. They've cut it in half now. A key moment in this game where there's no tomorrow for the Braves if they lose. Braves, bit of that extra fire, as you said, Tori, with that home run. Dan Choi with Beaches at first. Now behind the stands. High one there, almost to the top corner. Looked interesting to see whether that one was going to be called a strike or not, but it was. One and two. Hewitt looks to leave Beaches stranded. That one carried plenty of height, even in line with the home plate umpire's head there. Even count, 2-2. Down the middle. And Hewitt's got him. So Hewitt leaves Beaches stranded at first. We've completed 4, but we got a game on our hands. It's 4-2.
Hey, Dad. Can I have some?
No, love. Good call, Dad.
It's easier to say no when we all say no.
Top of the 5th here at NSR Hire Ballpark, and we've got a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Persick and Tori Newman bringing you all the action as Perth's lead has been cut in half thanks to a 2-run homer by Ben Drew with a big swing and a drive over left field, and it's now a 4-2 scoreline in this second semi-final game of this second series. It looks like we might see a change of pitcher here. It's difficult to pick up the number because it is light yellow accompanied with a light blue playing jersey there. Although I think it might still be Tucker Smith. We'll have to find out very shortly because yeah, that light yellow and that light blue doesn't complement very well, I'm afraid. Anyway, back into the action now. Lead off there. Ball 1. Spencer Sarinya. And this is a skyer. In foul territory. Going up there is Clark, but that's gone over the net. One and one. Sarinya. It's still Tucker Smith who's on the mound. Might have sensed briefly that there was a pitching change, but it's not the case. 2 and 1. Swinging a drive, going deep. It's got plenty of airtime. Drew goes back and takes the catch as he goes to the wall. Brilliant play by Ben Drew. Again, the fire in the belly has just been lifted up a notch here by the Braves. 1 down. Ben Nesbitt. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Certainly need to break the shackles. Tucker Smith starts off with a strike. Third time he's faced Nesbitt in this game. Down the middle he goes again. Tucker Smith's just starting to get back in the groove. He's got 3 strikeouts up to this point. He wants to make it 4. This time ground ball, but it's going to be ruled a foul because it did not reach a certain area of the infield. Just joined us as well. Lenny Golding is at shortstop. That's usually where Yuto Okamura would be situated, but earlier on, Okamura got ejected from the game. Bit of back chat to the home plate umpire, and that saw him tossed out. Lenny Golding is going to be at shortstop for the remainder of this game. The 0-2. Got him swinging on a low sinker. And Nesbitt is sent packing for a third time. In fact, out of the 4 strikeouts Smith has got now, Nesbitt is 2 of them. So Smith's had Nesbitt's number so far in this game. But Austin Moyle, he has had Tucker Smith's number in this game. He had an RBI double in his last at-bat. He wants to repeat it. Now Smith's starting to find something after what was an inauspicious start on the mound. Swinging a drive, will fall fair. It's placed well up to the pocket at left field. And that is going to be a single for Austin Moyle, keeping the drive alive. Now back in the charge is Vavona. Giordano Vavona in the side tonight after being on the bench on Wednesday. Takes a called strike. Vavona got a single in his first, a strikeout in his second. On one pitch, goes low. Vavona not having a bar of that one. It's gotten interesting this game now, Tori, where the possibility is looking more likely that this game is going to go down to the wire. It's going to follow that similar trend of the past 3 finals that we've had. And this is after that Friday elimination final 7 nights ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Perth need to get a few more runs on the board here to be more comfortable in this game. I don't think a 2-run margin is enough for them to sit back and relax.
No, you're exactly right about that. No time to relax in these finals. Grounder up the third baseline. Bowie fumbles, has to recover in time to make the play, and he does with the throw to first. Great recovery there by Bowie. We're now at the bottom of the 5th, and it's Perth leading 4-2.
My name's Derek Bird and I'm the Group General Manager for Harcher. Baseball WA and Harcher, that relationship began with myself being a baseballer and being very much a club person. My kids are club people, and they were just relationships that have been fostered over the last decade or so, and the opportunity arose to get involved with Baseball WA at a higher level, and we're using that as a vehicle to work back into the community through Clubland. So sponsorship is important to Harcher because of the staff we employ and the roles that they play in their own communities. We feel that this is a way that we can connect back with not only our staff but with our customers. Volunteer sports are generally run on the breadline, and they need support and they need some additional resource for them to be viable and for them to be successful, and we feel that we can play that role not only from a sponsorship point of view but also a supply of product point of view. The sporting club route is a really beneficial route for our business because we can touch so many parts of the role that they play. Most of their revenue is generated through the canteen and the bar and the kitchen. These sporting clubs are volunteer organisations. They need a little bit of help, and we can provide that.
Straight back into action at the bottom of the 5th here at NSR Hire Ballpark. Paul Persick and Tori Newman bringing you all the action in this semi-final. Game 2 of this second semi-final series. Leadoff hitter is Kennelly. And he's starting with a 1-1 against Hewitt. Just driving that one a bit low there. time he goes high. He's always looking to get those strikes in different corners of the zone. He's got a good variety to his credit, is Jai Hewitt. You know, he doesn't often pitch that straight 85-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got some variety. He's just got to find a way to force the big hitters to swing in difficult areas.
Absolutely. I think, you know, sort of deliciously wild almost. Like he throws it to every corner and, you know, the batter doesn't really know what to expect.
No, you're exactly right. But in this case, Kennelly decides to walk with that fourth ball. And now Lenny Golding, second appearance at the plate, of course, taking the place of the ejected Yuto Okamura. Struck out in his first. What can he do in his second? So now what appeared to be a dominant Perth performance is now gone into a contest where it's almost cat and mouse, where they don't want to give anything away. Ooh, that one was pretty close. Golding just turning his shoulder at the right moment to avoid that pitch collecting him. That as well, getting into it as well. A lot of the kids as well, they're playing makeshift games at the moment. Makeshift games of baseball in the grass area. They're having a great time. It's great to see them supporting a great competition. 2-1. Lenny Golding. He's played 18 games before tonight as he fouls that one into the stands to even the count at 2-2. 19 games, 220 average, 11 hits and 10 singles, and 5 RBI this season. He's only started in a few of them for the Brave side. 2-2. And he got him swinging. Hewitt is starting to come back into his own with a vengeance. And that's one down. Hewitt's done it to Lenny Golding again. 2 plate appearances, 2 strikeouts. But now there's another problem he's got to contend with. And his initials are TK. Swinging a drive down to right. Oliphant and McGee going at it, and it falls fair. Kennelly will get a single. Oh, he was off the plate there for a moment, flirting with danger, but he's going to be safe as well. Now this brings up Sam Kennelly, with the potential of bases being loaded, but they do have one out, so they're susceptible to the risk of the double play. Hewitt down the middle, strike one. Oh and 1. Fly into foul territory. Bajarski going back. Oh, that's a great catch. And did he hang on to it as he tumbled over the fence? He did. That is brilliant by Dylan Bajarski. Going back, bracing for the impact with the fence. That's two down. And the runners did advance. So Matt Kennelly's up to third. And Tim Kennelly rather, is up to second. But what a catch by Bajarski. So now the left-hander in Jake Bowie. He wants to send Kennelly home. Matt Kennelly, the third run. Tim Kennelly, the tying run. Outside to the bottom right corner. And of course, if it's a 3-run home run, then of course Bowie, that go-ahead run to put the Braves up 5-4. Hewitt can't afford any pitches like that. A walk here will mean bases loaded. 2-0. Oh, way too high, and McAnally's going to sneak in and score! That's number 3 for the Braves. It's now a one-run game. Well, now the momentum has shifted in this second game. Our 4-0 down, Tory, but it's now 1 run the deficit.
Smart play by Braves then. Very smart.
3-0. Now we're calling time. Low one, ball 4. And now there's 2 runners on base. A couple of walks being given away here by Hewitt. He's now drawn 4 base on balls. And time has been called. Sarinya and Lee Moyle. The coach chatting with Hewitt. Perth sensing that this lead is going to slip away completely. Led 4-0 after 3. And then the Braves have completely shifted the momentum. They may trail by a run, but you'd sense that the momentum's completely with the Braves. There's still some way to go. Still a lot of things can happen. You could sense that the Braves are starting to really find their trademark mojo. Ben Drew, who hit that 2-run homer to spark the Braves back into the game. Can he do it again? To the inside corner, but just hanging in the zone. Perth desperately want to hang on to that lead, even though it's been cut to 1. Again, going low. Two 2-1 is the count. Swinging a foul into the stands. They even up the count. Bowie on first, and Tim Kennelly is on third. Hewitt desperate to leave them both stranded. Again, he goes low, kicking up the dirt. Good track there by Sarinya. Full count. A walk here will mean bases loaded. And a strike, we'll see the innings cleaned out. That's ball 4. And we're going to have those bases loaded. So 3 out of the last 5 batters that have walked in for the Braves have gotten a walk out to first. Kevin Clark. What can he do in this one facing Hewitt? Inside, ball 1. Down the middle this time. Strike number 1. Kicked up the dirt. Kennelly thought about going for it, but decided to play the safe option. Smart there from the experienced veteran. Really the mind games, Tory, they play a telling part too.
Yeah, definitely in a final as well.
Who's going to have that little bit of extra edge? In it comes. He's got him for a second strike. He had him swinging. He wanted to go for the big grand slam. Hewitt just took a little bit of pace off there. Well done there. Hewitt needs to do it one more time. Just going a little too low there. Full count. A walk here will mean Tim Kennelly gets the tying run and we're all square. The 3-2 pitch. That's a foul. It wasn't ruled as a drop strike because some bat did come off it. So we repeat the 3-2. Kevin Clark, focused, facing. He's got him down the middle. Jai Hewitt leaves all runners stranded and at a crucial time. We've completed 5 and Perth hold on to the 1-run lead.
Hey, Dad. Can I have some?
No, love. Good call, Dad.
It's easier to say no when we all say no.
This certainly isn't your run-of-the-mill 2.5 hours of baseball. This is finals at its best. As we welcome you back to NSR Higher Ballpark, we're at the 6th. And if I was you, I'd be getting a bottle of hot sauce right now because we are at the critical stage of the game. 4-3 is the scoreline. The same scoreline that decided game 1. It went Perth's way. Crowd really enjoying all the great action here at the park tonight. Certainly, so far, Tori, it's been one of the best final series in recent years. We've got the grand final still to come and possibly a third and deciding game if the Braves can come from behind and win. But, geez, this final series had everything.
It's been fantastic, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. Plenty of great gameplay, great skill and tactics. Seeing all at the forefront. 1-0. Grounded down towards shortstop. Great take there. Brilliant fielding by the Braves. Golding on song. Throw to first sends Newnham back to the dugout. Has the mojo left the Perth side? Too early to tell because there's still a long way to go. But think about this. They have not scored since the 3rd. Riley Oliphant has lifted the bat up already. He knows what his intentions are, and so does Tucker Smith. Swinging a drive down to right. It's going. It's not gone. It's being swept up by Ben Drew. A magnificent catch. 2 up, 2 down. Now it's back to McGee, who has been one of Perth's best 3 hitters tonight. Jalen McGee got a single, an RBI, double in his 2nd, and then a single at his 3rd. 3 for 3. He desperately needs to make it 4 for 4. Smith puts one right there in the middle. Strike one. The 0-1. Nice quick by Tucker Smith. Certainly recovered his groove there, Tory, in the last couple of innings. He's thrown some crucial strikeouts.
He has. I think he's gotten better as the game's gone on.
And he's got another. That's 5 in the game. And just like that, we go to the bottom of the 6th with a 1-run margin favouring Perth.
I'm Jess Fitzgerald and I'm the Competition and Member Services Manager here at Baseball WA, and I run the food and beverage as well for the State League games that are run at the ballpark. So during the day there's some schools out here, so Darling Range, Aquinas, and then we run all of our programs and development, high performance program out here. So definitely one of the benefits of having Harcher involved is that we're quite a small team here at Baseball WA, and prior to the relationship we weren't offering food and beverage here at the ballpark. We didn't have anyone that was available to run around and do like ordering or anything like that. So it's been great that we've been able to find someone local, WA company that we can deal with, and then we can offer, you know, food and beverage to everyone here that comes out to the ballpark, because before they had to bring their own everything. So one of the things I love here is like, you know, the chips, the nachos, burgers, hot dogs. That's, you know, hot dogs is just ingrained in baseball. Yeah, so some of the main advantages of working with Harcher have been the flexibility of the delivery. So they're happy to deliver at a time that's convenient to us, and we've also got a direct contact for our ordering too. So we've been dealing with Adam directly, and he's been great. I would recommend Harcher to anyone looking for a local supplier, and then they're willing to jump on and help sponsor their club or, you know, their association, whatever they're doing, and just help grow their sports in Western Australia.
'Bottom of the 6th in this second semi-final, game 2. It's Perth and the Braves, a tremendous battle you're seeing here tonight. Joel Beaches lead things off, and a change of pitcher has occurred. Coming off the bench, we have got Jake White, the number 2 on his back. It might be a change that Perth really needed when you're looking at it, because, okay, Hewitt got that last strikeout to keep the margin to 1 run, but you could sense that the pressure was starting to grow, and they might have needed a change of pitcher just to release the pressure.
I think they called it at a great time. You know, 6 innings is a lot for any pitcher, so 5 innings, I should say. So, you know, Jake White deserves the call up now.
Well, we saw Tardrew in the elimination final, 150 pitches. So he went for the long haul. Perth obviously got their own approach, and all the other teams in the 5. So each one's to their own. So I'm surprised that he didn't go in the long haul. I thought Hewitt was going to go for it, but nonetheless, the call is being made. Moyle opted to go with Jake White as a foul. Goes along the third baseline. Two. White starting on the mound. Relief pitcher. 16 games this season. Foul just at the back of the plate. There was a faint edge. White with an ERA of 3.8. He's had a 3-0 record. 31 strikeouts. Third most by any Perth player on the current active roster. Throws one up high, 2-2. Now 3-2. Beaches grounds this one out to shortstop, but it goes past both shortstop and second. And Beaches with a base hit. Last 2 out of 3, he's been successful at the plate. Now this sets up the rest of the bottom order to look to follow up all that work. Sacrifice bunt comes in. They might be in trouble here. Double play brewing, but it's not. But may not have been the worst thing because they do have the leading runner out and a runner still on first. Double play certainly would have been a bonus, Tory. He was in position, Nesbitt, to make the throw, but decided, okay, leave the runner there.
I think there's been too many instances tonight where the shortstops have overthrown it on both sides.
Oh, that's a good point they can make. Hasn't been a 100% good night for shortstops. Beach is at first. And Choi. In fact, that's Kennelly, I should say. Choi is at first and Kennelly is at second. 2-0. Count, Matt Kennelly. Had a double in his second at-bat. Last appearance at a walk based on balls. Inside corner. He's able to get one in there. That one again just going inside, but a little further. Kennelly. A little practice swing there. And what's been so good about some of these teams, their batting order, the batting depth that they've got, they're so disciplined. When they're preparing, the batters down at the dugout, they're practicing their swings in sync with the hitters as that pitch goes past, and Choi will make an easy steal to second. And a walk as well as a result. So Matt Kennelly, his second consecutive walk, he goes to first as well. And we were just saying, Tory, that the batters outside the dugout are practicing their swings and their timing in sync with the batter that's facing in the box. I think that's a good lesson for those that want to practice timing against some of the best in the competition. And a good lesson for the youngsters as well, cutting their teeth. As timeout has been called, Lee Moyle going back to the mound for a bit of a chat with Jake White. Bottom of the sixth, Tory, this point and the top of the seventh in particular, is going to be the critical time in this game. For the Braves, in this case, it's all or nothing for them. For Perth, they don't want to blow this shot at history.
Absolutely, they need to hang on here if they want any chance.
We can only hang on for so long. I think the Braves at this stage are better performed at the plate than Perth are in the last 3 innings.
Absolutely. I think Perth started really strong, but you have to finish strong as well.
We certainly do. And we saw that last night with Wanneroo and Morley. Of course, Morley started strong. They were 6-0 up, and then all of a sudden, a grand slam by Nick Ulch. A follow-up home run. A 4-run flurry in the final inning. Morley finished the strong side, and they finished off Wanneroo's season. They have a chance to defend their crown. This time, White puts one in there. 2-1. Morley, as we said, going for back-to-back championships. Grand Final Series starting on Wednesday. My word, what a series it's going to be. Whoever is up against Morley are going to have to be on their 100% A game from first pitch to the last play. That Morley side, they're champions for a reason. Golding. 3-2 he's facing. Golding, he's been struck out twice in both appearances at the plate. He wouldn't want to have a third. Half checker there. That's 4. And once again, we have got bases loaded. The pressure right on Perth now. And guess who's next? It's sort of fitting. The legend himself, TK. One could sense that something big is brewing. Time has been called. And I say that because over the years, Tim Kennelly has created magic moments in both State League and ABL level and international as well. You could sense that something is going to be brewed up by Kennelly here tonight. Change of pitcher has been made almost immediately. So Jake White's gone. 20 for 9. Now wanting to try and get him at least a couple of innings, try and slow down the scoring drive of the Braves, but that hasn't happened.
We've got Boston Foot coming to take his place.
Now he was one of the relievers on Wednesday, and he went for 2 or 3 innings, Tory, and he proved quite successful. And now he's going to have to be, with bases loaded, only 1 out.
He's going to have to be. It's a lot of pressure.
No doubt about it. And of course, 2 teams eliminated from the finals race. I want to get your reflections on it while Boston Foot is warming up. Wanneroo and Kareen. Of course, Kareen fell in the elimination final last week. Wanneroo, of course, in that second game. What have you made of their season, 2025-26? What's your reflection on them?
I think Kareen, they deserve to be in finals without a doubt, but I think such an unexperienced final side, it really reflected in that game, but hopefully they learn from that final and come back next year and maybe progress a little bit further. I think Wanneroo, they've been in finals for so many years. They know how it's played, they know the added pressure, and they just knew how to go out there and perform in that one crucial game. So hopefully Kareen really take it in stride and work on something special for next season.
And to their credit as well, they only got Wanneroo up to 1 run. It was only a 1-0 result, and when you think about it, a lot of those young players, they've still got plenty of years left in them, so you won't be surprised if Kareen keep, about 85 to 90% of their existing playing roster.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, as you said, Kareen is such a young side as well, so they'll still be here for the years to come, whereas some Wanneroo players may age out.
It just had to be. It just had to be. It just had to be. The legend, TK, with a legendary grand slam to put the Braves in front.
I can't help but feel bad for the new Perth pitcher who throws one pitch and Tim Kennelly hits a grand slam.
It felt as though the night was made for TK.
It certainly was.
All bases loaded. You couldn't write it better. The legend himself hits a grand slam. And the Braves, the former champs, are in front. And they're in front for the first time tonight. As the next batter in, Sam Kennelly. Fouls that one behind the stands. Boston Foot, he got a good one in there. Right down the middle, but Tim Kennelly, by gee, the sharp eye he's got at the plate, it's like a laser beam. He saw where it was going, he had great anticipation and said, thank you very much, I'm having 4. Thank you very much. 4 runs to go, please, and make them immediately. Checker there past halfway, strike 2. Two. Swinging a drive to right. Oliphant underneath it. Makes the catch. That's 2 down. But Perth have got to get that last out and last out quickly. If they'd have any chance of trying to spark a comeback. Because now it's their backs that are against the wall. Swing and a miss for Jake Bowie, 0-1. (7-4). The scoreline in this game if you're just joining us for the first time. Great to have your company on this Friday night. The Braves 4-0 down at the start. And then they batted in 2, then 1. And then Tim Kennelly with a grand slam as there's a pop fly down to foul territory at third. And a great catch by McGee. So now it's Perth with the work to do because the Kennelly grand slam has put the Braves in front after 6. It's 7-4.
Hey, Dad. Can I have some?
No, love. Good call, Dad.
It's easier to say no when we all say no.
Top of the 7th here at NSR High Ballpark. A complete turnaround in the last inning, which has seen the Braves hit the front for the first time in the match. With 4-0 down early, and then they batted in 2 and then 1 more in the 4th and 5th respectively. And then, Tori, I'll say it again, it just had to be. Tim Kennelly with a grand slam. They'll be talking about that grand slam for years to come. As Josh McGee will lead things off. Perth have now got the challenge in front of them to see if they can advance their first grand final in 20 years. But the Braves showing why they've been champions in 2 in the last 3 years, and they want the crown back. McGee swinging a drive along third baseline and a foul. Of course, 4 or 5 years ago was the last that the Braves weren't in the grand final. They've been the yardstick. They certainly don't want to relinquish that as Josh McGee with a fly ball deep to left centre field, and there he is again. He's a man of many moments, Tim Kennelly. You know, was it something? Was it destined to be a night for TK?
He's a hero of the game, and I think he's the hero of the night for the Braves.
Certainly might be. It's an ornament to the game in this state. We certainly won't stop singing his praises because he's earned every single one of them. Next up is Dylan Bajarski. 0-1. Facing Tucker Smith, who's right back in the groove now. What has been an incredible shift of momentum. Bajarski calling time. Down the middle again from Smith. Strike 2. Now 0-2. And got him swinging. Tucker Smith. He's got 6 for the game. He's taken back control in ruthless fashion. And it's 2 up, 2 down. Perth. It seems as though they're coming apart at the seams. Sarinya needs a big spark to try and get Perth back on level terms. 1-0. Ground up towards shortstop. Golding, great take. The throw is wide of Clark, but he makes the play. Great effort by Kevin Clark. And the Braves inflict another 3 up, 3 down to maintain a 7-4 lead.
My name's Greg Elliott. I'm the president of the Wanneroo Giants Baseball Club. I've been around the club for 30-something years now. I've been the president for 5 years and involved in the committee, I guess, for 15 years. The Wanneroo Giants have had quite a long relationship with Harcher now, through the general manager of Harcher being a part of the baseball club, set up quite a good relationship in regards to buying all our products for our canteen and our cleaning products over a number of years now. Harcher are a major sponsor of the baseball club. They help us out in regards to everything we order with our sponsorship. Sponsorship to any sporting club is a major part of a club, and Harcher being a major sponsor for us really helps us in the community. Harcher makes our lives a lot easier, not having to chase around products through the supermarkets. It's all delivered on time and we get exactly what we order when we need it. I'd recommend Harcher to any sporting or community club. As a company, they help us out with everything we need. Everything is here on time and we get exactly what we order.
Great to have your company here at NSR Hire Ballpark. If you've just logged in for the first time, no, you're not seeing things. The Braves lead 7-4 after being 4-0 down after 3. And Perth have got another relief pitcher, Braden Moyle, is now at the mound. And this will be Perth's 4th pitcher in less than 2 innings. So if you're changing pitchers on that frequent of a basis, you know that your side's under enormous pressure.
Absolutely. You know, I think dragging Jake White so quickly and then Boston Foot after only a couple batters, it's rocky waters for Perth at the moment.
Certainly is. And the Braves have placed that hard wall of rocks right in front of them. And their game 2 hopes might be heading for a crash landing, because the Braves, well, they have redirected their route possibly to an encore tomorrow night if the Braves keep up this momentum. Here's Drew, who initiated the Braves revival with a big home run to left field. He's facing Moyle and he sees that one off wide to the outside corner of the zone. One and 0. Into the outside.
Braden Moyle's so unique in his pitching style in that he almost squats before every pitch.
Well, that's a good point that you make. We don't see that action from many pitchers in this competition. I think it might be to benefit the power, the speed of the fastball that he possesses.
He's definitely getting a leg workout in.
No, you're exactly right. Three and 1. Bottom of the 7th. Drew with a swing and a drive to right. Oliphant's underneath it. Makes a good catch. So Drew, a fly out to right, and that's 1 down. And here comes Kevin Clark, who made that great play with the throw from Golding at shortstop to catch Sarinya short of his ground. Down the middle from Moyle, strike 1. Clark with a grounder, Nesbitt at shortstop, takes his time, makes the throw, and it bobbles out of Bajarski's glove. And that is going to be a ground rule double, with the ball going to the opposition dugout. The home plate umpire ruling promptly, ground rule. And that means Clark will go to second. We said earlier nothing had gone right for the Braves. Well, nothing's now gone right for Perth.
Tables have turned, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. So Clark with a ground rule double gets him up to second. Joel Beaches is next. 2 singles in his last 2 at-bats. Oh, just gets one outside. Now, if the scores remain the same, Tori, I want to pose the question to you. How does Perth regroup? How are they going to take this sort of outcome after leading quite comfortably in the early stages? And this is if the score remains the same.
I have no idea, to be honest with you, Paul. I think it all hangs in the balance a bit here. They've got to have some quality at-bats. You know, maybe heading into the 8th innings, Braves will bring in a new pitcher and maybe that'll start things up for Perth again.
Bring in a new pitcher? I don't think they would need to, because Smith is, you know, back in that groove now. He's back into his rhythm. He's been more consistent the last 4 innings, so maybe a change from a Braves point of view isn't necessarily needed.
I would agree. I don't think it's necessary, but in case they do, I think Perth need to hope for that because they're not hitting off Smith at the moment.
Well, maybe the Braves, if they do look at that, it could be on the conservative approach to keep him fresh for Saturday. If it does go to that 3rd and deciding game, which is looking likely at this stage, but you never know. Moyle. Beaches with a grounder. Throw to first. Got him. Nesbitt making a couple of good plays at shortstop, but Clark is still there at second. This brings up Choi. Daniel Choi, starting catcher. Fly out in his first, strike out in his second, a single at the 3rd. Drifting away. 0-1. Foul into the stands. Thick edge and a foul. Perth will want to make every chance count his last 2 and a bit innings of this game. That's ball. Well, it's an instant walk to first because that did collect Choi the top part of his shoulder. They got 2 outs and 2 runners on base now. And this brings out Matt Kennelly. Matt Kennelly, he's walked at his last 2 plate appearances. Moyle feeling the pressure. Perth want to leave these runners stranded as he delivers to Kennelly. It's a fly ball down towards right field. Comfortable catch by Oliphant. That ends the 7th inning. And as we head to the 8th, it's the Braves leading 7-4.
Hey, Dad. Can I have some?
No, love. Good call, Dad.
It's easier to say no when we all say no.
Top of the 8th here at NSR Higher Ball Park. It's a 7-4 scoreline in favour of the Braves. And Perth is starting to run out of chances to try and sew up this series. Because the Braves, all they need is 6 more outs. And they'll be heading to an encore. Game 3 tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We'll see who will join Morley for a spot in the grand final. But it's only a 3-run margin, so Perth not without a chance here, but they've got to make every chance count. Not most chances, but every chance count against this Brave side who seems to have been rejuvenated since the 4th inning. Leading it off is Ben Nesbitt. Nesbitt bunts right away. Falls foul of the line. 0-1. They have remained with Tucker Smith, so that question from an immediate point of view has been answered. They've kept Tucker Smith on the mound, sensing his improvement in form in the last couple of innings. Okay, he's surrendered 9 hits, but he hasn't had one since the 4th inning. I'm just going a bit high. One and one. Swinging a drive down to left. Beaches comfortably takes the catch. And that's 1 up, 1 down.
Strange for Nesbitt to be going 0 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, it hasn't been his best night. Fly out, 2 strikeouts and a ground out from his 4 appearances at the plate. Usually he's a lot more consistent when getting those hits. Austin Moyle. Down the middle from Smith. Quite a fascinating and fluctuating game it has been for Tucker Smith, because he proved easy to hit in the first 3 innings, but he's now made it oh so difficult for the opposition.
Yeah, fascinating really. He must have just needed a longer warm-up.
Well, it's paid off for him. 1 and 1. All bases empty. Moyle under pressure, but he's 2 for 3. Grounded. Out to Smith. Easy underarm throw to Clark at first. That's 2 down. Perth staring down the barrel of another 3 up, 3 down. And it could be left to that 9th inning, their last chance to salvage this game and force the Braves to bat a 9th time. Easier said than done against this team. Giordano Vivona. Smith with a beauty. That first pitch against Vivona, strike 1. Foul there, edging to the net. Oh and 2. Grounded straight back to Smith. The foot race is on, but Smith wins it via the underarm throw to Clark. That's another 3 up, 3 down. The Braves looking the goods to force an encore.
My name's Derek Bird and I'm the Group General Manager for Harcher. Baseball WA and Harcher, that relationship began with myself being a baseballer and being very much a club person. My kids are club people, and they were just relationships that have been fostered over the last decade or so, and the opportunity arose to get involved with Baseball WA at a higher level, and we're using that as a vehicle to work back into the community through Clubland. So sponsorship is important to Harcher because of the staff we employ and the roles that they play in their own communities. That we feel that this is a way that we can connect back with not only our staff but with our customers. Volunteer sports are generally run on the breadline, and they need support and they need some additional resource for them to be viable and for them to be successful, and we feel that we can play that role not only from a sponsorship point of view, but also a supply of product point of view. The sporting club route is a really beneficial route for our business because we can touch so many parts of the role that they play. Most of their revenue is generated through the canteen and the bar and the kitchen. These sporting clubs are volunteer organisations. They need a little bit of help and we can provide that.
Bottom of the 8th here at NSR Hire Ballpark, and we see another new pitcher for the Perth side. It's Giordano Vavona, who's now come off the bench and is now taking his role to the mound for a critical time in the game. Only 7 games he's played up to this point in time. He's got Golding as his first opponent. Swing and a miss, strike 1. This time he goes a little bit high, carries extra height, but great pace to force Golding to swing. Another high one, but Golding had better anticipation than the last one. Low sweeper, and Golding got caught off guard. It's 1 down. That's 3 out of 4 that Golding has been struck out. And here he is again. Tim Kennelly. One just going in the middle, top corner. Sinking to the dirt. 1-0 from Vavona. Down the middle from Moyle, strike 1. Fly pop into the stands and a foul. Even count at 2-2 with 1 away. The Braves leading 7-4 if you've logged in at this late stage in the game in the Baseball WA Facebook and YouTube live stream. Thanks for joining us. It's the Braves leading 7-4 and looking the goods to tie the series at 1-1 and force a third and deciding game on Saturday to see who will take on Morley in the grand final to decide the champions of 26. Kennelly with a swing and a drive, but that's gone on the wrong side of the line. Another foul. How good it would have been, though, to see him have a follow-up home run just like Nick Olch last night. He hit a grand slam and another. Rounded towards third baseline, and again a foul. TK, a player of such experience, he could make that look only easy. Again he goes big, and again he fouls out of the park. Game just in a bit of a lull at the moment with these repeated fouls. And that's 4. Kennelly will walk to first. This is Sam Kennelly. Perth desperately want to try and get to the end of the 8th It's looking rather difficult. The ideal outcome for them is a double play. They've got to find one on the 6-4-3 with Kennelly looking to advance to second. Strike one. Down the middle. Good fast one there from Giordano Vivona. He is Perth's 5th pitcher used in this game. And that's in less than 3 innings. He gets one down the middle again. Almost a pick-off to follow up. That's a skyer in foul territory. Oliphant's running onto it, but he won't get there. Repeat foul. The 1 and 2, repeated count. Still one away. And it comes. Ground out towards shortstop. Great take by Nesbitt. That's 2. And the double play. Exactly what they desired. And that's given them one final chance to keep themselves in the game. It's 7-4.
Hey, Dad. Can I have some?
No, love. Good call, Dad.
It's easier to say no when we all say no.
Top of the ninth here at NSR Higher Ballpark. Great to have your company on this Friday night. And the Braves, after being 4-0 down early on, they are 3 outs away from forcing this series into a third and deciding game. Perth, meanwhile, as far as this game's concerned, they're on their last legs. And it looks like there is. Just having a look here. Tucker Smith is going to complete the game. So he's going to remain out there. And dare I say it, it's a good call from Coach Kennelly when you're looking at it. And we spoke about, is there going to be a late change? Or is Smith going to go for the complete game? I think with Smith going for the complete game, he has played such a decisive role. I mean, he and Kennelly, Tim Kennelly, have played the 2 decisive roles in the game.
Absolutely, and they've just worked together in such a beautiful tandem.
We mustn't forget Ben Drew as well, who hit that 2-run homer to cut the deficit in half. That was the initial spark, and people shouldn't forget that. 1-0. We see McDonald. Now, he's the first of the pinch hitters for Perth. That's Travis McDonald. He's out there at the plate. Only 7th game of the season, hitting it just under 200. 1-1. Down the middle, McDonald checking it. Went past the plate. 1-2. Oh, gee, that was close. Just to the inside corner, but barely. Swing and a miss, and Smith has sent the pinch hitter packing. And so the Braves, they're 2 away from getting a big opportunity in the decider tomorrow night. Bunt by Sarinya. Goes back to Smith, and the throw has gone wide. And he's going to get a look in for extra bases. And Sarinya will get up to second to give Perth a little bit of life.
That's Riley Oliphant on
Oliphant.
second.
That is Oliphant, my mistake. Riley Oliphant. He's able to get himself a double. So Oliphant is now at second. As we see Jalen McGee back at the top of the order. 3 for 4. High bunt, didn't execute it well. And Bowie makes the catch at third. The Braves now 1 out away from levelling the series. And now we go from one McGee to the other. Josh McGee. Smith up against McGee. Oliphant on second. Down the middle, strike one. The 0-1. Swinging a drive to left. Put your shoes on once again, because we're going to have an encore. The Braves respond from the close defeat on Wednesday to level the series at 1-1 and force a deciding third game tomorrow night for a spot in the 2026 State League Grand Final. And to sum it up at the end, it was a win of character, Tory. They came from 4-0 down. They showed tremendous discipline and character to come back, and they've got themselves another chance at another grand final.
Sensational effort by both sides, I think. But I called it at the start of the game. I thought it was always going to go to 3. So well done. Tomorrow night will be even more epic.
It certainly will. High stakes decider it is going to be. And I'll put you on the spot. Player of the match. There were so many key performances tonight. Who is the nomination for player of the match?
Well, you can't go past TK, can you?
I don't think so. No arguments from me there. Tim Kennelly with the grand slam. And it does carry a little bit of sadness because, Tori, it's your last game of the season. But before you say anything further, I just want to say thank you so much for your contributions across the 25-26 season. You've been a wonderful addition to the commentary team. You've done some great work in the Women's Elite Series and in the Men's State League as well. All the very best in the off-season, and we'll see you back here in the spring.
See you then. Thank you very much for having me.
Now we've got one more in the semi-final week-long extravaganza. The Braves and Perth will play off tomorrow night here at NSR Hire Ballpark for a spot in the grand final against Morley. Tonight, the Braves made sure that would be the case. Thanks to a TK Grand Slam, the Braves win Game 2, 7-4. We'll see you tomorrow night from 7 o'clock for the decider.